name is Marti Konstant. I am a workplace futurist and founder of Constant Change. I research, write, and train on the topic of agility. I wrote a best-selling book on the topic called Activate Your Agile Career and developed an entire set of principles and coursework around that. There's probably two challenges that I have experienced. One of them is working things on the side while you've got a full-time job. As I mentioned, I researched this book and wrote it over a period of 6 years. So doing that, it was like having another business on the side. That was probably one of the most challenging things, is jockeying all of that. But even more challenging than that is when I went from being a marketing executive. I had been a designer, I had been an executive, I'd been everything marketing for technology companies. And I made the switch, the intentional switch during that 6-year time period to get into the career development and training space. So the most difficult thing that I've had to do is really rebrand myself and reposition myself. I had to build an entire new ecosystem of people, of coaches and people in HR, people who buy training services in the leadership and development space. So I really had to do a bit of reinvention. So doing that and building that and creating all of the content for that was probably the most difficult thing I've ever done, jumping from one career to the other. My top 3 challenges, saying no to the things that are not on strategy, probably the most difficult thing. And the other thing is wearing a lot of hats. I work with a virtual team. I can't do it alone. One of my philosophies is no one can do it alone. You have to surround yourself with really talented people. But owning the business and being the founder of this company, I have to be responsible for that. So really, the challenges there are working with different people, working with freelancers. I used to work in a corporation and companies would meet my schedules in a way that was satisfactory to my bosses. Now, when you're working as a newer company and establishing new relationships, it's a little bit harder to demand the same type of schedule delivery that you did as an emerging growth stage company that was acquired by a Fortune 100 company. The best business advice, there's a few of them. One of them is being true to who you are. This took me a while in my career. You hear it all the time, authentic, be authentic. A little bit harder to do. There was a session that I saw recently on Oprah. She did not sign on for 60 minutes because they kept on wanting her to be more factual and be more serious in her interviews, even to the point where she said her name, Oprah Winfrey, and the response to her coaches was it was too emotional of a response. So her brand is all about emotion and being authentic. So she declined that opportunity to be with 60 Minutes. I thought that was a great example. So being authentic to yourself. And I think finding your voice and really finding your own brand about what makes sense to you and being consistent with that. That was a real hard, really good advice that I've gotten. And the other bit of advice I got a long time ago, and it still holds true today, it is make your boss look good. Make your client look good. It's not about you. It is about how people feel when they're around you, and it is about making them successful. If you make them successful, there's all kinds of joy and satisfaction in that. And your career just absolutely takes care of itself.